Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs. Welcome to the Chi Show. I'm Chi, bringing you some gaming news and stuff. Got a whole bunch of stuff to cover, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. The first couple things I'm going to talk about aren't particularly gaming related, but are worth talking about. The first thing being that Michael Bay's Ninja Turtle movie is set for a June 6, 2014 release. Recently, it was also announced that Megan Fox will be in this movie and play April O'Neil, and that makes me very disappointed. In other disappointing news, Time Warner has said that they do not feel there is a consumer demand for gigabit internet, such as Google Fiber. Onto some gaming news. You can get an Xbox Spring Bundle for $2.99. It comes with 2 games, those games being Darksiders 2 and Arkham City. Now this isn't quite as good of a deal as the last holiday one, but it's still okay. So look into that if you do not have a 360. Kotaku has reported that Star Wars 1313 may be on hold. This rumor suggests that the game has been on hold since LucasArts was acquired by Disney, and that the game is on hold because they want to focus on the new trilogy, not things that are not dealing with the new trilogy. Hopefully that will get worked out, because Star Wars 1313 looked amazing. You can actually check out the Kotaku article when they talk about how the game has evolved over time. You can also check Kotaku for a nice March breakdown list, because there are a good bit of games releasing this month. We got some Witcher 3 images, and also information regarding Witcher 3, in that it will have 100 hours of gameplay with around 50 hours of main narrative. So that's pretty impressive so far. Witcher 3 is looking really good and is confirmed for high-end PC and next-gen consoles, particularly the PlayStation 4 so far. In related news, Witcher 2 is now available through OnLive, and if you buy it through OnLive to stream it, you will actually get a GOG copy for free. So that's pretty good. A recent study has found that playing video games actually helps children with dyslexia in reading. So that's pretty awesome news there. Now obviously it's not games like Call of Duty or anything like that, but anything that can actually help in that manner is pretty awesome. Beyond Two Souls now has a release date of October 8th in North America, and in addition to that, Willem Dafoe has actually joined the cast. Dafoe will play a scientist studying paranormal activity named Nathan Dawkins. Look forward to hearing more about that. There's actually a trailer you can go check out, and I got a link below, you can see that. Both Blizzard and Capcom have teased new products to be revealed at PAX East. Capcom has actually said they have 2 new projects to show at PAX East, in addition to other things that they already have. Blizzard sent out a teaser email to press saying that they had something to share at PAX East, and it was something that was unlike any other game they had done, and it was not an MMO, next-gen MMO or anything like that, or an expansion or anything like that. So looking forward to hearing more about that one. In addition to that, you can actually pick up StarCraft 2 for half price on the Blizzard store in preparation for Heart of the Swarm releasing later this month. We got information about the Dead Island pre-order bonuses. First being the Survivor Pack, which gives you the barbecue blade weapon, an XP stat booster, and a shop with discounted items and weapons. The other one is a game exclusive, the UK retailer game, and is the Fashion Victims DLC, which gives you new skins for all the characters. Now both these will be available to purchase when the game launches, in addition to being free for pre-orders. Survivor Pack will be $5 and the Fashion Victims will be $2. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge is set to use Smart Glass on 360. Now this will let you look at your in-game stats, and also will sync you with YouTube videos showing walkthroughs and all that good stuff. So that's a nice use of that. I think for the first time on the show I'm going to talk about a browser-based game that is Bomberman. Now the reason I'm talking about this is because I love Bomberman, and this is a massively multiplayer version of Bomberman. It's up to 1,000 players, I do believe, and it looks pretty awesome. So definitely check that one out if you're a fan of Bomberman. Rumors indicate that the IGN Pro League 6 tournament, which was set to be in Las Vegas later this month, has been canceled. Also that the IPL is in the process of being sold to interested buyers. Dragon's Crown, which is a 2D action role-playing game, is set to hit the PS3 and Vita on August 6th. If you do have a Wii U, it'd be a good idea to take very good care of your gamepad, seeing as, according to a NeoGAF user, it costs $150 to buy a new gamepad through Nintendo. Now I think the actual cost was $140, but after tax ended up being like $155. So that's pretty steep for a controller. Speaking of controllers, Leap Motion Controller, which is a 3D gesture controller kit you can hook up to like your PC, is set to ship May 13th, I believe. And if you're interested in that, you can check that out. I got a link below. In addition to that, there's another motion controller style technology that's in very early-ish development and we should ship this year, called the WiiU, which is an armband based motion controller. So you can check both those out in links below. Now on to the big stories, first being Assassin's Creed. We've got a good bit of information there. The first thing is actually about Assassin's Creed 3. There are reports through various German sites that there will be an Assassin's Creed 3 Washington Edition, which will come with all DLC and everything. And it's set for March 28th, even though all the DLC will not be out by then. I assume the included Season Pass will allow you to get the rest of it. Assassin's Creed 4 details. The first being that the Sony version of the game will come with 60 minutes of extra content, just like Assassin's Creed 3 did. We also have confirmation that it will be on next-gen platforms and that it will release October 29th. This information actually comes from Ubisoft through them accidentally leaking the page. So look forward to that one on October 29th, unless it gets pushed back or something like that. On to Sony news. The first thing is actually them selling their Tokyo HQ for $1.2 billion. It sucks that they sold that HQ because from what I hear, it was an amazing office, but that is a lot of money that they can use to fund things. So hopefully that'll turn out pretty well. In addition to that, they've actually said that there are highly significant PS3 titles that are unannounced so far coming this year and possibly in the future. Probably Gran Turismo 6, which is actually rumored to be hitting this year. In regards to the Vita actually outsold the Wii U last week before the price cut, so that's pretty interesting news there. Maybe it's picking up a little bit, or the Wii U's just doing really, really bad. In addition to that, after the price cut, apparently the console did have a resurgence, and it seems like it's just selling out so far, though I don't have actual numbers at the moment. On to some PlayStation 4 news. They didn't say anything about PlayStation Plus during the Sony event, but they have now said that the Plus service will play a prominent role on the PlayStation 4. I'm actually expecting tiered subscriptions there using Plus, like the base Plus and then Plus with streaming or something like that. Speaking of streaming, Sony is set to launch a 4K streaming service. It sounds pretty nice, except for the fact that they have confirmed that some movies might be over 100 gigs worth of data to stream. Maybe Sony should talk to Time Warner about the gigabit internet comments they made earlier. We also have some pics of the PlayStation 4 interface, some of which were shown during the conference, but a couple weren't, dealing with mobile devices and everything. There's actually an analysis you can go check out, and I'll put a link below. So far, I personally like the interface, except for the Windows 8 style of part of it, but it seems okay so far. I also post some links to some other stories I didn't cover, one of them being the Cliffy B talking about DLC, like day one purchases and all that good stuff, from EA talking about microtransactions. So you can check that out and see how you feel about what he said and his responses. And that's all I have for today. You guys can click over here to watch previous news videos. You can click over here to watch Chrono and myself fail epically at Mario. You can click down here to hit the like button, which is greatly appreciated. You can also hit down here to hit subscribe, or up here, I think, to hit subscribe, which is also greatly appreciated. You can leave us comments on what games you are most expecting this March, and also how you feel about microtransactions. You can follow me at AngelKaora on Twitter, and I will see you guys next week.